All right. Figured I'd jump into the TARP system here. I'm going to turn around and do a little sharing on this. Add it to a few other places, and hopefully my fake book don't fork out. Seems like I'm having some issues here where I put in a Facebook page along with, oh, that's right, I can just get a shareable link there, but for some reason I bring up Facebook and the damn thing just chokes out. That one, that one, and where's the night? There, that one. But yeah, for some reason, for Facebook, on videos specifically, it seems to really be choking out, not wanting to load anything up. It'll go into a stall phase where everything is locked up and it won't change anything. Still kind of does that on a couple pages here, but we'll see. But I've been doing obviously some work to the TARP here. Obviously been doing some work to the TARP before I got too far into it. I figured I'd jump in, go live. Just trying to get these pages up. You didn't do it too far. Got it there. Do a little looking around here later. That one. That one.
How are you?
Doing good, doing a quick video.
I thought that I had.
Getting caught up where I was at.
I was,
Choking a little bit. Let's do it this way. Not right yet. Give me a little bit.
You just don't want the container?
No, just give me a little bit.
Okay.
Let me get this done here, and it shouldn't take me too long. There it is. There it popped up finally. Waiting on this last page. Like I said, Facebook's been a little strange. All right. That up there. So, let me go ahead and put this in. I had a couple stainless steel screws, and I'm running out of screws, and I haven't ordered the spares yet. But I did have a few. I had a couple shorter ones, so I did a little screw swapping here and there. Just to put some black ones in. So I'll get a couple more black ones sooner or later. There's some countersunk M3s to replace those. Those tightened up. All right. So when I stopped off last time, now if that's done, I'm going to get rid of Facebook here. Because if I don't, it will turn around and choke everything up, I'm sure. So last time I started out, I was doing the front. And got the whole front set up, done up. Put together the TARP chassis, obviously, and the Drag Race Concepts front 0-degree shock tower. or 0 degree bulkhead, and this is the drag race concepts. I'm sorry, the TARP front shock tower. So those went together really well. I got to shorten the screw links here to clean them up a little bit. That went together real well. So the front end's pretty decent. Like I said, don't have any chance to deal on the color there. Same thing with this. And I could take that off and do it in silver. And I might do that one day. I might just take a little bit of time, take the, soak it in a little bit of, a few things you can soak it in. I got not simple green, purple power, I think it is. And that will take the anodizing layers off. So I may take that and make it silver just to get more of the color. So I'm running out of screws. I'm running out of button heads. I got a couple here actually, but they got a little bit of thread lock on them, so I'm trying to save them. So I put some stainless steel screws in for now. I'll replace those. But with this TARP system, it was a little tricky. So when you get the system, you get this back mount. It's got 2 screws on this side and a couple on this side. And this is for the stage 1. Imagine this isn't here, this back shock tower and the shock tower itself. You put this in its place, and then you mount your normal either stock plastic shock tower, or in my case, I was going to mount, I gotta find, I slid it, tossed it up here somewhere. I'm not sure where I did with it though. Let's put it back here. Oh, there it is. So for this setup, because about stage 3, you get the front shock tower and the rear shock tower and different mounting stuff. In the front shock tower, it's meant to go into your stock bulkhead, your Traxxas type. So it typically gives you a kick up like a Traxxas bulkhead would. But because I went with the Drag Race Concepts 0 degree bulkhead, and there's STRC, and I believe there's another Backyard RC now has a 2.5 degree, I think he's doing. So it's got just a slight kick up for 2.5 degrees instead of like 15 or 20 like the Bandit or Slashes, the stock bulkhead. But this is 0 degrees, so that all laid down. But yeah, this is when you get stage 1 kit, you don't get the shock towers. With stage 1, you get just the kit here. This is Drag Race Concepts bumper. You don't get that with the kit. So the OMB stage 1 is just the chassis. It's already assembled, which is kind of a nice deal. You don't have to worry about putting it all together. It's all set up. Got to do a little undoing up here to get your shock, your pieces on your belt crank. Slide those pieces in, and then do your assembly as normal. Of course, put that in there. And that actually turns pretty good. I gotta do a little adjustment here to make these a little bit. This side's a little snug. One of them's a little snug over here, so it's got to tight just a little bit. So I gotta adjust that again. But anywho, you get just the chassis. With stage 2, you're getting the front shock tower and the rear shock tower mount system here. This is what you get with stage 1. So I had both of these, and it took me a minute to figure out exactly what was going on. Of course, with the TARP system, the tranny can be mounted in mid motor or reverse. It's got the holes down here, everything's flipped around, as you can see. It's got your 4 major bolts, and then your 2 up front, and then you got your 2 in back to mount your shock tower. If you're doing rear motor, it would be up here, so your motor would be back here. This would be flipped around, obviously, and your shock tower will be setting up front of your shocks. But DRC, the way they set it up, I'm sorry, TARP, the way the TARP folks, well, I think it's Billy over at TARP set this up, is you can just swap that around. Take out the 6 screws and 8 screws, do a little swapping, flop it around. The stage 3 is stage 3 part itself of the TARP system for the 6001 OMB setup is just the wheelie bar. So you got stage 1, the chassis, stage 2, the front shock tower, rear shock tower, and the mounting setup. This is for your stage 1 setup. And then stage 3 is the wheelie bar package. Stage 3 is set up for rear motor mount. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to have to do some modifications on mounting to be able to mount the wheelie bar and make it set and fit and be solid the way it's supposed to be. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're going to buy the TARP Stage 3 system, you want to turn around and run the wheelie bar. You may want to look at going rear motor mount. If you want to go mid motor mount, you're going to have to do something for your wheelie bar, or maybe just buy the Stage 2 kit or the Stage 1 kit and do your own shock towers or whatever else. So when I bought this, because I forgot I bought Stage 3 and Stage 2 came with all the mounting stuff, and I wasn't quite sure. I ended up buying drag race content. That's what I got on the other rigs, rear end shock tower mount and shock tower. Now with this setup, obviously this would mount like this, and then this top would mount to your shock tower here, or your shock tower mount, and then your shock tower would mount to that, obviously. So that's a nice little setup. It looks like I don't have to worry about using this because I think this is going to be really nice. I'm going to trust their setup and what they went with and just use it as they designed it. I decided to go with the Pro Line tranny. I had it, put the money into it. I still may flop out and go to the Team Associated setup, but I hear the Pro Line setup is pretty good if you actually, especially if you can flip it over to 48 pitch. Maybe that's where the Team Associated setup is coming in, is getting the top shaft swap, or just buying the Team Associated. I think you can buy the spur gears and just ream them out just a little bit, half a millimeter or so, and they'll slide right on. This is what I'm seeing everybody else say. So that's another possibility. I may go to a 48 pitch just to go that way, but it's set up at 32, and I think I'll run it with 32 pitch right now because I got a lot of good pinion options and some spur options I might be able to adapt over to the Pro Line setup. So in Stage 1, you'll use this, mounted here instead of this one. In Stage 2, this comes as part of your stage. This is your Stage 2 kit. The rear mounts the shock tower, or front shock tower, and then Stage 3 is the wheelie bar. So I decided to go with the Pro Line tranny. Like I said, I was going mid mount. I do have Stage 3 with the wheelie bar, and I will be using that, but I'm going to have to modify that in. But I was at this point, and I thought, well, I better start recording and kind of get everything up to speed. So at least there's a data log here. And I'm trying to grow the channel, so obviously there's nobody watching right now. But if anybody does pick up, stop watching, feel free to share, subscribe, and like. I'd like to try to grow this channel a little bit and get into it a little bit. And I know I can be a little long-winded. So one guy says, I kind of like watching grass grow. Sometimes it is. Other times there's all sorts of stuff going on. So this isn't used. Now, I was looking at this. This is the Pro Line, mount for the back of my wheelie bar goes on, because I'm in motors in front, it ain't going to work. So there's a couple possibilities that you might be able to do something with this setup, because it does, I could maybe do a little work here, mount this here right in the back, turn around, possibly mount this down, mount this piece upside down like this. Let me see if I can do something here, possibly. So this might be able to, mount right back to back, do a screw to screw, and be able to put these two pieces right back to back, and then in from the bottom do a little fabrication, and then of course that mount all the way down, and then square it up. So there's something we might be able to do to get a good mount this way, to mount the stock wheelie bar or an aftermarket wheelie bar on the back. If you buy Stage 1 and Stage 2, you might be able to put this little block, spare block piece here for Stage 1 to use in the back to mount your wheelie bar on. But with this Pro Line mount, I'm looking at this, and same thing, it mounts right over that. Because of the difference in length and the whole setup, it's not quite right. Might be able to do some, modifications there, but this side is really close to the outside. So the best bet would really be to, probably 3-screw it, set it up, get it squared out, drill 2 spots here for an M3 with a nut on top, right on through to the bottom. I actually won't be able to do that because of the way that's set up either. But the only couple options at that point is a screw through here, a screw through here with a spacer in this little spot up in here, and then maybe 1 screw through the bottom on each side. On this side, actually, we'll be able to get each side. 1 screw on the bottom on this side. It does kind of kick it off to the side a little bit, and I'm not sure how that will work. But this is something I noticed when I was putting it together. I thought, well, I'll bring that up and mention it because that could go to use. So where I'm at here, won't need these pieces. They can go over there. This is the battery post mounts, the extra screws. So now I'm at the point of rear arms. And the question I got now is because I got a set of RPM arms. We're in the drag race concept because drag race concepts do sell RPM arms in a drag race concept bag. Same price. I'm assuming they buy a gross of them, probably get a slight discount at them, and then sell them at the same stock price, but it's just in their bag because that's what they sell for their drag race concept rigs to keep the wheelbase thin, obviously. Or I have these custom works, which a lot of people are using, but I see them breaking a bit, and they're 40 bucks, 34 bucks. You can see it after shipping and a little bit of tax, you know, it's 40 bucks by the time you get them. So I'm at the decision point of where do I want to go. And I think what I'll do is I'll try to start with the RPM arms and see if I can make them work. I like to get no toe or half a degree at most, maybe a degree at very most in the rear toe area, but I'd really much prefer sitting at you know, a 0. So I think I'll open the RPM bag because I can sell these outright, obviously, so I don't use them. So this is where we're going to start at here. Let me see my knife. We'll see what we can do. Hoping. I think so. Screw there. So, because these are normally left and right, obviously, RPM and fruit line a little bit snug. Might not be too bad. So if I use it this way, I'm going to have to, what does that say about the microphone? Oh, the tab is using, oh yeah, no kidding. This is, you know, right to right, left to left. When you're setting your rigs up, your left side is what we in America would consider our driver's side. You're like you're in the car itself, sitting in the steering wheel. So you're, you know, in the middle, and turning left is going, and turning right is this way. So this is your left side, there's your right side. I had them mixed up when I first did this front end too, and it took me a minute to realize that when I put them up. I flipped around so many times I forgot which way I had them flipped when I put them back finally. Like this blue here, I may probably take. These are Team Associated front hubs, and these are, of course, Lunsford titanium front axles. And Team Fast Eddie, or Fast Eddie, it's not Team Fast Eddie anymore, but Fast Eddie ceramic bearings throughout the whole rig. So I'll probably, yeah, I'll leave those because they don't need to. They can wiggle back and forth. I might put a little shim in the back, just, you know, take up a little bit of that slop, or maybe a couple more shims behind the pin just to push them out, take up a little bit of that slop. But I'll probably, you know, get rid of this blue, get rid of this blue, the two little blue things on the tab here for the thing, wherever it's at, right here. Those two, I'll soak those, get these colors out of there. So at least they're silver, because I want to run this, you know, green and black mostly. There's silver on it, so I'll stick there. Of course, these are Lunsford up titaniums, and I got Lunsford for the back. So I got to get those done. I got to do the rear arms. So that's where we're at here. But I believe if I put these things in this setup, it seems like I should have a couple more for these two. So about these STRCs, and it seems like that kind of was like that in the last one. Like I was missing two. If you don't get all of them, you get the ones for the up and the front pivot, and then your front hinge pin and your front caster pin or other pin. But if you don't get the actual pins, so I'm going to take a look, make sure they're not stuck in here. Right there. And somebody popped in and then popped right back out. Everybody's looking for all the excitement and everybody that knows all the stuff and got all the cool kids watching. Guess I can't say I can blame them. But you can join the channel, help grow it, and become one of the cool kids yourself. Because I'm a pretty cool ass guy. Smart ass too. You haven't figured that out. Okay. Nothing in there. So I can stay out. So I got those two. Those are the stock ones to the front. I don't think I got them here. Somewhere I got a couple. Maybe. No, those ones are too thin. Not long enough. See, these are for the other set I got for the other fronts of these. Because they don't fit on that either. Yep, those are the wrong ones there. Like I'm missing a set of hinge pins somewhere. Should have another set. Or at least a few more hinge pins. Those I should have normal pins for it. I seem to have either misplaced a few things in here. Stuff in it. So, not sure actually. Well, somewhere over the rainbow. Huh. I shouldn't be missing a couple sets of engines. I ain't got nowhere to put them. Those ones are too long too. Those on the front. fronts. I got those ones, which are right. Those ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, should be 5. Alright, so kitty. Kitty, kitty. Arr. 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 She attacks me from behind because she's such a crazy cat. Well, I don't know where they could have went, but they should be around here somewhere. I might have to take a look. I got one more box here I can take a peek at. I'm pretty sure I don't have them sitting in here anywhere. Nope. Not in there. Well, Shivet and stepped in it. Let's see. This stuff here, more mount screws, extra ones, large ones. Those over here. Instructions. Should have another small I'm getting attacked by the cat. Another one of those. I got 5 of them. Probably knocked one off. Katie, a little winch. Little winch. Front hinge pin brace, which I don't need. So I've got the aluminum. Ow! And steering rack. The okay, front hinge pin brace and steering arm brackets, small hole stock rack, large hole Traxxas TRX 6845X. So that must be it was there, but where does it mount from? It's down here. It doesn't have any holes to go into. And once I get this, adjusted out, this will live in these pivot balls. It'll turn even better. But I'm not exactly sure. I know what the cross pin is. To attach bracket to a steering. Steering bracket, steering bracket. Peep and stuff like this seems a little bit. Interesting pieces. Not exactly sure. These pieces down here, right here and here. It's a small hole for stock rack, So I'm assuming it's one of these. Large hole for I'm assuming one of the aluminum racks like I got. But I haven't got no problem with this thing. Sloppy. Fine. I added a couple shims, keep everything shimmed well, and I don't think I'm going to worry about these because they don't seem to be really warranted or needed. So, because I'm in rear mount, better swap the rear arms. Now, I don't know what that's going to do for toe. Hopefully I'm okay, but I think that gives me a little toe out. This is where I might run into problems, which is why I decided to go with those arms so I didn't have to do anything funky. Let me see these ones. It's not big enough. It's too small. Yeah, too sloppy. If I have to, I'll take these puppies and trim them out. These are too long too. Same one as those. Of course, I could always grind a clip spot, cut them off the length, and grind a clip hole in there. I don't want to do that either. I think the smartest thing for me to do right now, if I do anything, is just to use these to hold things in place, and I'll have to figure out something for a better quality. Geez, I don't want to really use those. I was hoping I wouldn't have to anyways. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can see that's got toe out. Especially if I kind of line things up here. I know some people do their own drilling. I know there's a 1 degree or a 2 degree piece you can get for those. God, that irritates me that I'm going to take a look at those STRCs I bought. So I swore it had 5 pairs. But I'm thinking, like I said, I got another sack of them, and I'm thinking I had to use a bunch of them in that. Or, sorry, I'm thinking, I got 2 pair of them, and I didn't have this pair in there either, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So, anywho, let's see what to use those on. I'll dig through my stuff and take another look around. Here, there's a couple of them sharp parts of standoffs. Not there. Not any of these. Not that. 16mm caps. Of course, I could take a bunch of those and trim them off if I have to. Length. I could do that. I got enough of these other longer caps. I guess I could trim those off just a little bit. Just going into metal here. Use those. So, what to do about that? That bothers me because I'm supposed to have those pieces around. Supposed to have those pieces around. That's one thing I will say about this. I wish they had their rear shock tower wider. There's one thing on the TARP I've just noticed. The rear shock tower is not that wide. And that is a little issue, being as your shock can't get your shocks up and down. The more straight up and down your shocks are, the better. I really don't have anything there I could utilize out of that spare package of stuff, because these should be really up and down. So that almost makes me want to possibly go to this setup, not use the drag race, I'm sorry, the TARP setup, because the drag race concepts rear arms are, you know, an inch wider on each side, damn near. And you got a 1/4 inch just to the from the last shock over to the first one. But they did a lot of testing with this setup, so I think I'll go ahead and run it like this and trust their setup works just fine. And I don't think that little bit of an angle will be a big issue. Still don't like that, and that's probably what I'll end up doing. Just run them in and cut them off where they need to be. Although I don't like that idea. So I wanted a higher quality pieces. But the setup, not super fun. You know, 'cause that's toe out and that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna have to do something if I want to run this in 0 degree. So that's about a 3 degree right there, which is what it is stock. The other option, which ain't really an option in my opinion, and is to run as rear motor. But I'll still be stuck with 3 degree toe. Well, I guess that's why I bought those that I did. Okay. Why I bought these things. Don't plan on slamming any curves. Blue nuts, we light. These things loaded up, got little spots to capture for the nut. Well, sliding these little nuts in here right now. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up whoever gave it. Appreciate it. Put these little screws in there. And this goes in here like this. Comes sunk in there.
Now,
What's up, baby?
tomorrow, I'm going to go in the morning and pick up my prescription and smokes.
Okay.
So if there's anything else in the morning that we need, that we need from the town, you let me know. Because I'm just going to run into the store, pick that up, and come back out. And I was...
Yeah, I don't see what, I don't think there's anything much I need, but
You have a cat behind you, you know.
mm-hmm.
So whose chair is it? Hers?
Shared.
Hers?
It is when I'm sleeping,
It's like, you're in my chair.
pretty much.
You want to go outside, dog? Go outside. Sorry.
Cat hiding. These are the custom works arms. A little tricky to. Yeah, unique button heads here. These are real small, like a 1.5, 2 millimeter. not totally flat. 1.5 or 2 millimeter. This way. Allen head hole. And most of these have got like a M3. It's the wrong one, basically. A little too small. Put you there. Better. I'm gonna zero this puppy right out. Snug it for now, because I still might need to adjust it a little bit later. Okay. Thought maybe it might. Slump in there. Dang. Don't give you any. Oh, enjoy that. That's a lot of room. Now it's. No, maybe. Let's give it a look. Yeah, I'm not fond of that big old gap. Not liking that setup that much. Okay. Is that something long enough? No. Wrong one. I see. My bad. My bad. Got it. Got it. No adjustment screws. Actually, run this through the other way. Finally. See, these are though. I just two. That. Oh, I think I know where to go. Hold on here. Adjusters. Uh-huh. Yep, that's what it is. Alright, now I see what I'm doing wrong here. Go ahead and pop these apart real quick. Moldog. Let's see these kind of firm here. Let's see why some people are having problems. Okay. Go. Almost missed that spot. Have one there. Does have one here. Right. Hello? Nothing. Okay. You could go. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of a bummer. The bummer being that when there's more than that, the other one did. It's in there. I should give you another millimeter longer screw with the washer. Have you put a washer underneath that side? Okay. No biggie. So that's that. That's that. So now got this. Old shot, new shot piston, not an old one. A new one. And I guess I'm going to put all that stuff forward as much as possible. So going through our, yeah, we'll go that way with it. Putting the smooth side towards the arm, so the arm hopefully swivels a little easier against this side, and back side's a little rough and it sticks against that. Okay. So this is taking up slop. So I'm running a small washer between here, just a little M3 washer, and on this side I'm running a spare 2-hole piston, shock piston, in here. Slide that in, snug, here into place. Takes up a lot of the slop. Because these are the arms for the Bandit. I made sure I ordered the right ones from them. I could replace them for 3240. I'll have to double check, but yeah, I'm pretty positive it's their number. Custom Works 3242. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that is the one. There. Just have to push it through. And now we've got 2 more, which is fine. Just regular size washers. I'm not sure that I've got 2 more. 2 more black nuts though. I'll take a peek around my little bags here. Just to double check. Screw there. More screws. Too small. Too big. I'll have to try to find them and get some more washers. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Try it this way. Make it a little easier. Where is that other rabbit tail? It's right there. Okay. Let's go use the poison room. Now, where is that other? Got another one of those around here. Okay, time to take a quick walk. Alright, let's see where that thing went. Let's see up there. Let me fall in the trash can. Yes, that was. There it is. There it is underneath the tires. Now, I suppose let's think the right ones. I got other parts for that. Where are they? somewhere. I think I did. Got a couple other shock standoffs I'm looking for. Put them up here. Okay, maybe on this side. Nuts. Nothing but driving here. I think I'll find one missing. Make sure I didn't. Just nuts blocking there. Which I could use two of these things. Well, poopy. We've got two more of these fronts. Just like that. These two little standoffs here somewhere. That's not them. Those are just two standoffs. Dog. Get in there. Two other units. That ain't them either. Where did those suckers go? Don't ever let nerve damage get into your fingers, your back. You can't help it. I drop shit all the fucking time because my goddamn nerves. My fingers are shot because of frostbite a couple times. Use all your fucking dexterity. These aren't the right ones. I want those ones. Actually, you know what? That's where they should be. Where'd that go? That's where they are. And there's thing caps. There it is. Yep. I'm looking for them, and I know where they're at already. Supposed to, anyways. In there. Take that. So is on the other rig I've got. Come on. Get going. Okay. I suppose all back into this one. So let's shot pieces up together. Got spots for these 4 spacers. Go on another redshift rig and shock spacers. So that's where they'll end up. These 2 10s out because I do want to this one here.
What was I say? You doobie? No, don't you?
Yeah, I know I said that an hour ago. Trying to find all my shit that I got within reaching.
Itty bitty teeny tiny pieces.
They got within reaching, and then don't help my damn fingers get numb, and I drop them half the time. And I gotta wait for them to stop spinning so I can find them, and then I can put them back in. But let's see if I can get 4 of these. 3. I don't have any crap on them. I have just 2. I like 3 more. We got. I don't want to use 1/3 and kind of tubed a little bit. That one. Okay.
Kitty, is that your seat?
Yeah, nothing there. All right. Well, I don't know where those went. I'm supposed to have 2 pieces for this.
What's the stuff that's behind you on the back?
I'm gonna have to get some. Yeah, let's see. For extra stuff, but not what I need for that. Those springs are a bit tough. Maybe I'll cut them down a little bit just to shorten them up some. Although I do have a couple other sets of springs around, I think that are shorter. I'll be able to work with. Maybe that's what I'll do, and I'll just put shorter springs on it. These.
You know, you piss it on pet. Yep. So I'm petting Kitty.
Jesus. I don't like these arms.
Yes.
I know about the ones that were further banded setup, and I am not impressed at all. Way too many gaps. And it's supposed to be for the bandit, and I think got a 1/4 inch better than an 8 3/16, 5/16, damn near 3/16 easy. That's unacceptable. I wish I wouldn't open the darn things. Need to get something there too. So I guess I'm gonna call it for now. Pick up a few more parts. I've been on it for almost 2 hours. Plenty long enough. And I'll get a few other pieces and have to find my smaller arms and hinge pins and everything else that I'm supposed to have right here somewhere already. But I don't see them. So I'm going to stop for now. Hit it again later. See y'all.